You didn't unlock your phone for a reason. You unlocked it because your hand already knew how. Think about that for a second. You weren't bored. You weren't waiting for anything. You didn't need information. Yet the screen is on. And if you're honest, sometimes you unlock your phone and just stare at it. No app in mind. No intention. Just light. That moment right there tells you everything. Because if there was a reason, you would remember it. And you don't. This behavior doesn't come from thought. It comes from habit running faster than awareness. Most people assume unlocking their phone is a conscious action. They think, I decided to check something. But decisions leave a trace. You can usually explain them. This one doesn't. You unlock. You pause. You scroll. And only afterward do you try to justify it. That order matters. Here's what's actually happening. Your brain has learned to associate micro-discomfort with instant relief. A pause in conversation. A quiet room. A waiting moment. A break between tasks. These moments are tiny, barely noticeable. But your brain doesn't like them. Not because they're painful, because they're unfilled. So instead of sitting in that gap, your brain reaches for the fastest escape it knows. Your phone. Not for content, for interruption. That's why the unlock happens before the thought. Your hand moves. Your thumb presses. Your screen lights up. Only then does your mind catch up and ask, what was I looking for? And most of the time, there's no answer. Pay attention to this part. When you unlock your phone without knowing why, you don't feel excited. You don't feel curious. You feel neutral, almost blank. That's because the goal was never stimulation. The goal was to stop the moment you were in. Your phone isn't pulling you towards something. It's pulling you away from something. Silence, stillness, waiting. Over time, your brain learns a dangerous shortcut. Anytime there's a gap, fill it. Anytime there's stillness, break it. Anytime there's nothing happening, unlock. That shortcut becomes automatic. You don't plan it. You don't notice it. You just do it. This is why you sometimes unlock your phone multiple times in a row. Close it. Put it down. Pick it up again. Same motion. Same result. No satisfaction. If it were about content, one check would be enough. But it's not. It's about avoiding the space between moments. What makes this worse is repetition. Every time you unlock your phone without a reason, your brain reinforces the loop. Gap appears. Unlock happens. Relief follows. Your brain doesn't care that nothing useful happened. It only remembers that the discomfort stopped. That's how habits form without your permission. Here's the part most people miss. This behavior doesn't stay on your phone. Once your brain learns that gaps are unacceptable, it applies that rule everywhere. You struggle to wait. You struggle to focus. You struggle to stay present. Not because your attention is broken. Because you trained it to escape. And the scariest part is how normal this feels. You don't panic when it happens. You don't question it. You don't resist it. Unlocking your phone without knowing why feels as natural as breathing. That's how deeply it's wired. Now here's something uncomfortable. The more automatic this behavior becomes, the less space you have to think before acting. Your reactions get faster. Your tolerance for delay gets shorter. Your mind gets noisier. All from one small action you barely notice. Once you see this, you'll catch yourself doing it. You'll unlock your phone, pause, and realize there was no reason at all. Just movement. And in that moment, something will feel off. Because you'll finally see the gap between your action and your awareness. That gap has been there the whole time. You just weren't looking at it.